Bonds. A debt instrument issued by a corporate or government. The issuer is the borrower. Please take note of this. The issuer is the borrower. Please do not mix it up between the borrower and lender. Okay, you got to make it understand very clearly who is the borrower and lender. So the issuer is the borrower. The issuer, okay, or the borrower, is to pay periodic interest and repay principal at maturity. The bondholder or the buyer is the lender or creditor. Let's look at this diagram to understand the bond fundamentals. So the definition, issue bonds is basically to borrow money. Here, either a corporation or a government, okay, basically is the bond issuer. In short, they are the borrowers. The lender could be the public or any bond holder. It can be individual or corporate. Here's the lender. The borrower, the bond issuer issues bonds. The borrower issues the bonds. The lender buys the bonds, effectively lend money to the bond issuer. The bond issuer pays periodic interest to the bondholder and pay principal when the bond mature. So the issuer pays interest. Instead of using the word interest, the actual word is coupon, periodically, and repay principal amount on bonds maturity date. Bonds characteristics. Bond period. In short, we usually state it as maturity. So it talks of usually a bond will last probably from you can in 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years, or even 5 years. It depends on the company or the government that issues the bond. So here, it basically talk about periods, when it will mature, when it will end. Collateral. Is it unsecured or secured? So it also depends on the bond issuer. Sometimes they issue unsecured bonds. Sometimes they issue secured bonds. Okay. Interest. Is it fixed or floating? Right. So it depends. Okay. Usually for bonds, most of the time, in the market will be fixed, but sometimes they may change a bit. Okay. Sometimes companies may issue bond floating interest rate instead. Credit rating. Credit basically is a third-party rating of the firm's creditworthiness. Basically tell you, okay, is this company trustworthy or not? Let's look at some example for credit rating. In the market, there are two main rating companies. Okay, basically their job is to this company basically is to rate how creditworthy is other company. One is Moody, the other one is S&P. So look at the first. This is the best, the high quality rating, or like grades. It's like a grade A, B, C. You grade after the student finish the test. You grade the student A, B, C. So A is the best to D. So this is quite similar here. So best quality will be the triple A, followed by double A, and followed by A. So this will be the top tier. Next will be the B. This is the medium quality, and with some speculative elements. And for B, there's a risk of default. Then for the category C, it will be of poor quality, highly speculative, and lowest rate Okay, the C will be single C will be the lowest rate, and D will be basically simply default. Okay, so basically you go from A, B, C. It's similar to your grade. Okay, A being the best and E, F basically fail. Right? Core features. Core features. Basically, the issuer can repay bond before maturity. So the reason what they want to do is that they earn enough, they want to pay back, okay, repay back the bonds, so that they don't need to pay, they will stop paying future coupons. When they pay earlier, from that point onwards, they do not need to pay any more coupons. Conversion. Convert bond into common shares. It basically is a convertible bond. Why issue bonds? Let's look at the advantages. It preserves control of the common shareholders. So you would basically the common shareholders still will control the company. You will not dilute their controlling power. And the bondholders do not have any voting rights. Okay. There will be a fixed interest payment, and the profits of the firm shared among shareholders only. Let us look at the disadvantages of bonds. Legal obligation to pay interest. The company is under legal obligation to pay interest when come due. They must pay. Otherwise, the bondholders can sue the company for not paying interest. Unlike dividends, the company can choose not to pay dividends in bad time. And the shareholders cannot sue the company for not paying dividends. Fixed maturity date, unlike shares. For example, let's say the bond has 10-year, a maturity of 10 years. So at the end of 10 years, the company must repay back the principal. Must repay back the principal to the bondholder. Unlike shares, the company do not need to repay back the share amount or the share value back to the shareholders. There's no maturity date for shares. No maturity. Creditors or bondholders can claim on the asset if the company is under liquidation. It basically means that the company was sued for bankruptcy and the company could not pay. So the creditors and bondholders can claim on the company's assets. So the company can be sued if the company do not pay the coupons, unlike dividends on shares. Bond valuation. The valuation of bonds using PVIFA concept. This concept you are familiar with, so it's easy. Assume that Logos company has $1,000 bond issued on 1st Jan 2006. The bond's coupon interest rate is 12% per annum and paid annually. The market interest rate is 10% per annum and the bond period is 10 years. Take note, par is basically equals to principal amount. So the PV of bond is basically the PV of coupons plus PV of principal. So the working for this is the PV for coupons, the formula for PV coupons. We substitute the figures in. PV, take note is the annuity formula. Plus, this is a single sum formula, PV single sum formula for principal. You work it out, and you get the PV of bond, or rather the bond value, the present value of the bond.